break, round 2 brings us a trio of bachelors who are not only from the same city, but from the same laboratories. This trio of Jaeger monsters all served as bodyguards of our last bachelorette, and now that she's found love, it's their turn. Jaeger bachelor number 1, Maxim. Our first bachelor holds himself to a higher standard of honor than most of his kind. As a tribute to a fallen friend, he made the ultimate sacrifice and allowed the human to be buried with Maxim's own hat. He has been sequestered away in Mechanicsburg the last few months while his new hat was in the shop. Now that it's back, he's eager to get out in the world and show off how well it goes with his beautiful long hair and tight red pants.
When you boss it, you flaunt it.
Well, you certainly do flaunt it. Jaeger bachelor number 2, Demo. Every spark needs loyal minions, and you don't get more loyal than this Jaeger. One of the party that successfully restored Agatha Hedrodine to the throne of her ancestors, Demo is more than capable of planning your next raid on a small and terrified village. Disarmingly charming with a killer smile, he enjoys pina coladas and crushing his enemies, driving them before him, and hearing the lamentations of their women.
And I even does my share of the housework later.
Jaeger bachelor number 3, Oogie! Or Uggy. The final party of this trifecta of monstrosity, Augie brings a light heart and a heavy hand. Violence may not be the answer to all your problems, but it's worked pretty well for Augie so far. Augie is a fun, loving Jaeger that would love to find the right girl and settle down for a couple of decades before the next big war. Augie enjoys accordion music, Fleming kebabs, and tickling clanks.
They make really funny noises if they ain't designed to laugh.
I see you have a ring on your finger, Augie. Does your wife know you're here?
Oh, yeah. She passed a couple 100 years ago. She wasn't Jaeger, so I think that it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Certainly. So that's our panels of bachelors. Let's bring in our bachelorette. Here she is, fresh from a flashback. It's Lucrezia Monkfish. Lucrezia has been away from Europe for several years now, from what only can be referred to as family business. Now that she's back, she's hoping to find someone that'll help get things back to normal, relatively speaking.
I also need someone to help me with the heavy lifting. And I don't mean just euphemistically.
I don't know what she means. Okay, now that we know all how the game is run, Lucrezia will ask the questions, and it's up to you, Jaeger bachelors, to impress her with your answers.
Jaeger bachelors? Well, if I have to put up with the Jaegers to get a laugh, then I will. Have you heard Geisterdom humor?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Maxim. You heard the way she says Jaegers? She's one of those girls.
Hey, I bet she's gonna pick me, just like all the others back home, huh?
I don't know, boys. I think there's something about her.
Bachelor number 1. If we were on a date and somebody else started to flirt with me, what would you do?
Punch his lights out. I am the jealous type.
Interesting. I could use that to my advantage. So, bachelor number 2, same question. Yes?
Could you maybe call me second bachelor? Bachelor number 2 sounds like some sort of bathroom code.
I see. Second bachelor if we were on a date and someone started to flirt with me, what would you do?
Well, I would flirt with you even harder, of course. And if that didn't work, I'd pull out the knife and take out the competition.
I see. Number 3?
Well, first, I would try and scare him off with my teeth. And if that didn't work, I'd scare him off with Max. And if that didn't work, I'd scare him off with a story about how tasty the other 3 guys that flirted with you were.
That's good one. Yeah.
Pleasant. I wonder what else you find tasty.
Yo, mama.
Second bachelor, if I were an enemy castle, what siege engine would you use to conquer me?
That's a hard one. I got lots of favorite kinds of siege engines. But I think I would use a trebuchet. It's one of the most powerful ones out there. And I could reload and keep going for as long as I needed until you were completely conquered.
That sounds very nice.
Doesn't it, sweetheart?
I wonder, however, how effective you would be at overpowering, say, Baron Wolfenbach.
What?
Ew!
Bachelor number 1. If you were to kidnap me and keep me up in a high tower, what monster would you keep to guard the entrance?
Well, if I was keeping you in a tower, you would want to stay there because I was there. See, I don't want to brag or nothing, but Hai is all the monster you is ever gonna want or need.
Oh, that's smooth.
You might be surprised.
Have you smelled her breath?
Bachelor number 3. If I was engaged to one of your lifelong companions, how would you lure me back to your tent at night?
I don't know. Most of my lifelong companions sleep in the same tent. I guess we'd have to use the bushes then.
Well, that is disappointing. The last time I was in that situation, my paramour bought me an inn for us to sneak off to.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Didn't the Maasluister's wife have an inn back home?
Oh, God, we might want to get out of here while we still can.